Hello. Real fun title on this one. This is so it's been 2 years since my divorce, and this is my way to kind of get it out there for the people who still. I every now and then, still now, I still get questions saying like, "Oh wait, what? What happened?" Like, so this is my way to get it to the few people who maybe still don't know of my viewers that I'm divorced. So 2 years ago, yeah. So if you're new around here, if you've come in the last 2 years and you're like, what's this about? I used to be married, and my ex used to be in some videos and stuff, and that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about my divorce, more so what it's like to divorce online. I need to feel a connection that I feel is missing with you guys. I've been doing YouTube for 16 years, and I think I've been very good during that time at staying connected with you guys. Not to say that there haven't been events that I haven't told you about. That was a lot of negatives, but I think that came out right. Things have happened, of course, in my life that I haven't talked about. The thing is, though, that when I divorce, that's something you guys need to know about because you find out. And yet I also didn't want to talk about it. And that led to me feeling there was a little bit of a disconnect with my audience on here. And I'm now in a place where I think I feel that I've moved on, and I feel that I'm in a good place, but I still feel like my YouTube channel is a step behind me. Based on comments I get, I feel like I haven't really updated. I need to connect me and my channel, and to do so, I think I need to open up a little bit about what the last 2 years, sort of explaining some of the emotions you've seen in me. And again, this isn't about drama. That's not what this video is going to be about. So you can just click right out if that's what you're looking for. I know that a lot of the internet is about that. That's not what I'm about. If you've ever gone through something difficult, then you know the feeling of wanting to just avoid it, wanting to distract yourself. Like when it's just like, it's not something you want to think about, whatever it is. So you'll distract yourself through work or a hobby or games or traveling or drugs or alcohol. Whether it's good or bad, you know that feeling of like, oh, I don't want to think about this. And so that's what I did. Not on purpose. I didn't do it deliberately or like consciously. Just looking back now, I could see that's what I did. I just started working a ton after Alex and I split. So, yeah, that's what I did for a few months. And then came the time that, it was time. So I put up a tweet telling people about it, and then finishing it with like, can you respect that, like, I don't want to talk about it. And then I just went back to streaming and doing things. And I started a podcast with Richard. I was doing a lot. And I'm going to get to the podcast as well. But the difference at that point was that now people know. And so I developed, it became an issue because I still didn't want to talk about it. And the only way I could explain it is it's the equivalent of being at a job where you're... I've worked retail before. It's the equivalent of me working retail, and every fourth customer that comes, or not fourth, but every now and then a customer in the day will be like, so, you feel like shit, huh? Like, it was just, it's not very nice. And I don't think I have to put it in any more perspective than that. So that was kind of the struggle at that point. And whether it was me being live or putting up a video, every now and then there'd be someone gossiping, or not even gossiping, but just making things up, or asking me about it, or what's the word? I'm looking for a word, not brainstorming. I guess it is gossiping. Whatever, it sucked. People were talking about it. So I developed a lot of anxiety around that time. It was a shame, actually, because I really like, and this is something I've said a lot, I like the part of YouTube where you put up a video and then you read comments. I love reading feedback. That turned into something negative for me, where I was like dreading opening the comment section, because there's always, like, it kept being this lovely, lovely, lovely random comment about the thing you don't want to talk about, and like, it's not very nice. And I'm sure people right now are thinking, not all of you, but I'm sure there's some of you thinking, this obviously comes with the job and stuff. And yeah, it does. You don't have to tell me that. I am aware that this comes with the job of being in the public eye. That is something I've heard over the last 2 years. People have been quite awful about it, in fact. Like, just like, what do you expect? And it's like, yeah, I could still feel shit, you know? It's not like I'm not surprised. That doesn't mean I don't get to feel feelings around it. I want to be clear, though, that the majority of my community's response was positive. You guys were lovely. I've seen, and people who were negative, I've seen plenty of you guys in the replies telling them to show some respect. And there was at some point I put up an Insta story in reply to someone who I wanted to reply to, and I got hundreds. Ooh, that made me emotional. I actually got hundreds of messages, DMs from you guys showing support, because I just did a story where I was responding to someone who said that he deserved to know like what happened or something. It was something like that, and that was so lovely to me because that was in private as well. I think it's one thing when people are doing it in a comment section and it's public and they know others are going to see it, but I got hundreds of DMs, page long, showing. Whoa. That was a really big moment for me, I think. People were really, really lovely. So while this video focuses a lot, I'm just going to keep going here, on the negative side of the last 2 years, I just want to make it clear that, like, I think that this is, and I mean this, this is one of the communities on YouTube where I think, I don't think there's many communities online that can deal with their YouTuber's divorce. Well done, guys. It was genuinely like, I do think that I've had it pretty good compared to some other YouTubers who would go through the same thing. My community's been very nice. With that said, I developed anxiety issues, and I think at some point I noticed I was a little overworked. I went a little too deep with work, and that's when I had anxiety, like the podcast, I had anxiety around it. Because I got into this point where I started overthinking. I've always been an overthinker, as you know, and I'm quite obsessive with my thoughts. And I came to a point where, I just lost my thread. 1 sec. Yeah, the podcast, I was getting a little bit of anxiety. I was both overworked, having trouble keeping up with everything, but also just anxiety about talking about opinions on a podcast and stuff. Nothing to do with my divorce. It was just an effect of it that I think looking back now, like, there's a lot that's changed me over the last 2 years. And I second guess myself a lot now, or when I say things online and put up clips, I'm really worried how people are going to take it, because I think I just felt I was being overanalyzed, and there were certain things, certain posts I've seen from people, which I'll get to. I don't have to go into details, but anyway, it sucked. Time goes on, so at this point it's been maybe 10, 11 months, and that's when I closed the podcast, I stopped it. I'm just summarizing in my head where we're at. Over this time, what I had been thinking was, that maybe I shouldn't be so public about my life. Maybe I should close up a bit and just do, like, there's a lot of YouTubers who do gaming videos just like me who maybe don't show so much about their life. I felt very much like seeing the negative side of it, which is what I was focusing on. I was like, oh God, I can't do this, and I felt a little lost, I think. But we kept going, and I kept streaming, kept making videos. Roughly a year's gone by, and I met Beata. And I think I was reminded very quickly about why I do things the way I do them. Why I enjoy sharing my life and stuff. With that said, I'm still in a place, just to forward, like, I'm still in a place where I don't know. I'm trying to find a balance with how much I want to talk about my private life and things about me and stuff, and like how much I want to show. But I very quickly was like, I want to play like PUBG with you. You're hilarious. This is fun. Like, let's like. I think what I've come to realize is my channel on YouTube is about videos, mainly games, with people I love. So I made some videos with Beata, who is my girlfriend, and the problem was, there was one problem with it, and it's that I still hadn't really announced fully on YouTube. I've skipped a part. Let's rewind 2 months. That's what I was going to say. 2 months prior to that, I realized that not enough people knew, because not everyone's on Twitter. So I put up a YouTube video at that point. I did a 20-minute commentary about something else, and in the last like 2 minutes, I said that I'm divorced and asked people to stay respectful. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was in the beginning of that year. You know, it was a few months after I put up the tweet. Anyway, fast forward to I'm making videos with Beata, and I realized this is kind of like, I don't blame myself for how I did it, but I probably should have. Looking back, if I could do it all again, I would have ripped off the Band-Aid, and instead of doing a tweet and then some like at the end of a video comment, I would have just put up a video like this. But I don't blame myself. You can't blame yourself doing something like for hindsight, for something you did the first time. Like you can't be too hard on yourself, and I'm trying not to be. But it led to issues. You know, I've brought a girlfriend out into the limelight, and a lot of people don't even know that I'm divorced. And so I got a lot of questions about it and stuff. Led to more anxiety. I was struggling. It was yeah, it was messy. Led to me closing the subreddit. My subreddit was fun. There were a lot of fun posts, but this wasn't the first time. Over the years, there's been gossip here and there, and it fucking sucks, man. Why do we, like... I'm not going to go deep into the human psyche of why people gossip, but I didn't want the subreddit around. It just wasn't nice. People were overanalyzing, and this is what I mean about me. When I say that I've started second-guessing things I say and stuff, it's an example of it. Like, there was posts. There was one post, someone was like overanalyzing how I acted playing PUBG with Beata, and his conclusion was that I hate my girlfriend. And it was there was a lot of stuff like that where people were just genuinely awful. So close to subreddit. I need to kind of summarize my thoughts. I've kind of zoned out. Give me a sec. Did that pause? Sorry about that. I didn't know how the OBS pause button worked. Anyway, yeah, I think the summary of that is it. I could have done it better over the last 2 years, but I did as best as I could, man. And I don't know. I'm in a good place at the moment. Don't say you're sorry. That's something I get a lot these days. Or not a lot, but every now and then someone will come in and they'll find out and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And it's like, don't be sorry. I'm in a good place. I've moved now, as you can tell. It's actually the first time since I was 20. It's the first time in 12 years, roughly, that I don't own anything. I was going to find a place, and I realized I don't know where I want to live or if I want to live in a house or apartment. So I'm living with Beata at the moment in her apartment, and I've rented an office in an office building. You might see me in a new place in half a year. You might see me in a new place tomorrow. You might see me in a new place 2 years from now. I don't really know. I'm kind of vibing, just kind of relaxing at the moment and figuring myself out. I'm happy to have moved out of the house. And I hope you guys take what I've said with, I don't know. I hope we're good. I hope that I think I just needed to open up just a little bit. I want to thank you guys for having been respectful and lovely. This channel at the end of the day is just games with friends. But there is emotions involved, obviously. Right. Regarding that video at the start of the year, where I said that I want to focus on quantity, not quality. Here we go. Like, let's change it up. Yeah, I quickly realized I don't want to do that. I spent about a month and a half doing that experiment. I took on a couple of extra editors, and and then the whole point of it was for me to lower the bar and like maybe not have to put as much thought into video. But I ended up working more because there were more videos for me to check. And then I also quickly realized I kind of enjoy making sure each video is like in my standard perfect. So the last couple months, maybe there hasn't been quite as many videos as I've wanted, but I have been busy moving. I'm starting to settle down now and stuff, and we got a lot of good videos coming. I'm still figuring out where I'm at on both with YouTube and like I'm still trying to try things. I've been taking on more sponsorships recently, which I've been enjoying, trying to be creative with them. And I'm still trying to figure out how much of my life I want to show you guys. But I'm very much enjoying YouTube at the moment. And speaking of private life, there's a jetpacking.
When you're using a jetpack, you do not hold down space. Stop!
No, there's a skydiving vlog coming in the next few days. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. Thank you guys so much for being viewers and being around and being lovely. I don't know if comments are going to be on this. I'll decide that when I upload. Much love, guys. Bye-bye.